Hello guys, Mike MD here. Today we're going to be discussing whether to go to an automotive BMW independent shop versus the dealership. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So basically we're going to go straight to it and do pros and cons. Really focus on the pros more than anything, because if there's something good, then obviously the other one is bad. No sense on focusing on good and bad, so I'll focus on both. So I would say most of you guys have probably had either a good experience or bad experience at both either dealership or an independent shop. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. So alright, I'll go straight to it. The pros, I would say, at an independent shop, you're looking at, it's going to be more cost effective in the long run overall. Generally they get parts, they sell them to you cheaper. The labor rate is usually always cheaper, unless it's a humongous independent shop, then you will probably be paying pretty close to the dealer. But overall, an independent shop is going to be a good, I would say 30 to 40% less as far as all around repair goes on average. Okay, and also a positive on the independent, we're going to talk about fast turnaround. Okay, an independent shop, usually they're smaller and they can make decisions a lot faster. Usually you're dealing with either the owner or the service manager directly, which is acting as a service advisor, or he's a service advisor. But because it's so small, things happen a lot quicker than at a big dealership. Usually your car's sitting there for a while, so at an independent, you're going to get a faster turnaround. And you're definitely gonna get more one-on-one time with your service advisor. So, and also, they usually allow you to talk to the technician if you like, because the independent shop, a lot of them, they really do like you to, or I should say allow you to build a relationship with your technician. At the dealership, they really don't like you seen behind the scenes too much, because it's such fast pace and they're just trying to get the cars in and out as fast as they can. Their overhead is humongous at a dealership, so they're really trying to get the cars in and out as fast as they can at the highest quality. And also, there's less waiting. If you're gonna wait, as far as a waiter goes, like say, hey, I'm going in for an oil change or something simple like that, and you wait in the lobby, usually, especially if you have an appointment, you're in and out of there pretty quick. Usually you drop the car off, within 20 minutes or less, they're already working on your car or pulling it in the shop, and then then you get your car pretty quick on that. Now, as far as a dealership goes, the pros, if you go in a dealership, it's going to be nice. I mean, the people are super friendly. They're supposed to be, usually they are. And you get a loaner car a lot of times. So if you can schedule your appointment, usually you can schedule a loaner car, which is very nice. And that way you don't have to get a rental or do Uber or whatever you're doing. So usually an independent shop will shuttle you somewhere. They'll kind of make arrangements for that. And even a big independent shop, well, sometimes we'll have a loaner for you too. And at a dealership, you can guarantee you're going to get factory parts all the time, obviously, and the warranty on those parts are usually around 2-year mark, depending. At an independent shop, if it's a really good one, it's really clean, and they really take pride in what they do, they have no problem in telling you that, hey, we use factory parts or the same manufacturer that makes the parts for your car, because usually car manufacturers, as BMW, they don't always make all their own parts. They sublet it out, brakes, transmissions, a lot of suspension stuff like that. Now, let's see here. Now at a dealer, a positive also is if you have a higher mileage car, a lot of times they will catch an extended warranty that you may have on a failed item that an independent might not. And the reason why is because sometimes they see a high failure rate in a part, and whether it's a safety issue or whatever the case is, a lot of times they'll extend the warranty. And sometimes like say for example, emissions warranty. A lot of times, especially BMW, they'll extend it to 10 years and 120,000 miles sometimes on some parts. And a lot of independent shops, if they're not really savvy with the factory, or they don't focus on just that one brand, they might not know that stuff. Either they don't have access to it, or just, it's hard to know everything about every car. It's impossible. So let's see. Now as far as an independent shop goes, the best thing is to really find one that focuses on your brand. Here at our shop, we focus only on BMWs and Mini Coopers. BMW makes the Minis, they own them, so that's what we focus on. There's a lot of auto repair shops that do everything under the sun. I'm not saying don't go there, just do a little research, maybe look them up on Yelp or whatever, and maybe go in there and see how they do things. If they're really friendly, or really willing to work with you one-on-one, you build that relationship, and you might be able to build that trust. And hey, there's a lot of places, dealerships, there are many independent shops that do everything, that really do have high quality. They're really hard to find. They're out there. Now, the trust issue. It's really hard to trust either the dealership and an independent for two reasons. The dealership is hard to trust because they're humongous. You're going into this world of car people, and you kind of have to say, hey, I don't know what's going on. I just trust you. I'm trying to trust you. And a lot of people are on the defense mode right from the beginning when they go in. And because it can be intimidating. And now, as far as an independent goes, a lot of independent shops, they have a bad rap. You get pictures of a grungy shop, a grungy lobby area if they have one, and the service advisor smoking a cigar, his feet are up on the desk, just grimy fingerprints everywhere. So that's a bad image, and that's why they have a bad rap. So you really have to find a place that you feel comfortable. If you go in there, it's clean, it smells good, there's smiles, people are dressed nice, there's no cussing, no crazy music. That means they take pride in what they do, and they take pride in treating you like a decent human being. Okay, for tips on both an independent and a dealership, as far as going in there with a little bit of ammo, I would say, hey, if you haven't been there, you don't have that trust already, say, hey, would you mind telling your technician, please, if he could take a picture of some things that the car may need, that way I can see them. I can see them, and really they shouldn't be able to argue with that. Don't wait till after they've already recommended all these things and say, hey, can you take pictures of all that stuff? The car is already in the back lot. It's already, the technician's already worked on his next car. It's probably not going to happen. If it does, they're not going to be happy about it. And so just ask up front. It's a courtesy. It's the nice thing to do. And as far as repairs go, once they give you the repair list and say, hey, if cost is an issue for you, say, I'd really like to focus on the things that can leave me stranded. The things that can leave me stranded right now. The rest of the stuff, I would like to put a game plan together in the future and come back and have them done. But as far as right now, I'd really like to focus on the things that can leave me stranded. Or safety items. Definitely, obviously, safety items should be on top of the list. Tires and things like that. Wipers. Now, if you do find a dealer or an independent shop and you do feel comfortable, you really want to be loyal to them. The reason being is because if you get an independent shop and you start getting comfortable with them, and then you start saying, hey, the guy down the street has it for this, can you beat that price? If you start bartering, that's going to be a major turnoff, and they're not going to want to deal with you. And in the future, more than likely, they're going to make all the jobs and estimate them, pretty much full pop, you can bet. Because if they're going to deal with you doing that, then they're going to say, hey, I might as well get the most out of them I can. If not, then scram. So the best thing to do is find a place, be loyal to them, and if they're really good and they're not undercutting the other shops next to them that are just like them, what they do is, as you return, they start giving you more discounts in the back end. Meaning they may do extra little things for you. They may knock off, give you a discount on the total RO when you come to pick up the car, things like that. They treat you better because they consider you an A customer. Every time you come in, you spend money, you're considered an A customer. So what they're gonna do is you get this D and F customer right off the street. He's not gonna take money from the A customer and give it to his F customer. There's no way. He'd rather tell the F customer, go get lost. There's better deals down the street for you, a lower quality. So as far as an independent versus a dealership, they're both really good. It depends on what fits your lifestyle. If cost is your number one factor, be careful, because you do get what you pay for. You do. So obviously an independent shop would be good for you. If you've been to the dealer before, your car is just out of warranty, and you got your first bill, and you're like, whoa, dude, I love this car, you know, and you're the original owner, but I just can't hang with keep going to the dealership, even though I love the dealership. Find yourself a high-class independent shop. Like I said, the price is usually going to be, you know, up to around 25 to 30% less, and make sure they use good parts always. And you always want to ask for your parts after a repair. Make sure you tell them beforehand so they keep them for you, so they don't throw them in the trash. As far as independent and dealerships go, it is in their best interest to treat you right, meaning they want things to go right. They're not really trying to recommend these things that you don't need. There's this small percentage that do that, and they get caught, they get found out, and people get in trouble, and it gives everyone else a bad rap, because that's all you see is the bad guys. You don't see all the good guys. So it is in their best interest to make you happy. They want to make you happy, and they want you to leave satisfied, because they want you to come back and they want you to tell their friends. I worked at a dealership for 14 years as a master tech, and every now and then you get a guy that got, you know, a little greedy. Well, guess what? There's always someone watching. There's always a team leader, there's always a shop foreman, and there's a service advisor. And they're all watching and say, hey dude, wow, these numbers are crazy, it does not make sense. So everyone is usually on the same page, and they want to make you happy, and they want you to come back and tell all your friends. That's just how it is. So yeah, some of those guys out there, they give everyone else a bad rep, but that is not what the majority are out there to do. So I hope this was helpful for you, and so go out there and find yourself a good dealership or a good independent shop. And like I said, it depends on what fits your lifestyle, convenience versus cost, and vice versa, like that. So anyway, that is it for the show, and have a wonderful week.